Hello, Internet. Today I want to talk about CCTV camera and wireless and solar camera. But first, I want to tell you that I'm going to be reviewing the Acura new Camera Hub Z5 Pro, which actually is a very great product. I've been testing for the last few days now or weeks, but I can't talk too much about it because it's still not released. So subscribe if you want to see more because that'll be coming very soon. I'm just gonna show you a quick peek and just telling you that it's very easy to have this camera working with Home Assistant. I'm not even supposed to tell you that, I suppose. I don't even know. I won't tell you anything else. I'm just saying that because it's released to the CES now. But anyway, just subscribe if you want to learn more about this. And just a quick thing unrelated again, just talking about camera still. I had a camera from Unify and I moved from a new house and I have no plug in my, no Ethernet in my garage. So what I did actually get access points and connected the access point to this camera. So in one side I have a PoE adapter going from outlet to the access point. And the other side I have this access point going to the camera. And basically it's connecting as a mesh network and it works flawless. It works very great, as you can see. So I know Ubiquiti recently created a device for this, but it works with any kind of access point, just so you know. As you can see here, I have my main access points, which is a USET Pro Max, and it is actually the main router for this one, which sending to this U6 Enterprise. And this camera here in the garage is connected to this guy here with a very good link and with no Ethernet cable whatsoever. So that's just to keep in mind. The thing about wireless camera now is obviously they can be hacked. I mean, not necessarily going to be hacked because not everybody is a big hacker, but it's very easy to disconnect the camera from the network with a simple command without even connecting to the Wi-Fi. But I suppose, again, not any people are going to come to your house to hack your house and then rob you. So just to keep in mind anyway. Talking about camera, I got this one from Amazon, which is only €77. It is solar and I think is very good. It's obviously not going to work 24 hours 7/7, so it's only on motion detection and actually have ER on board. Same for this one, which is much more expensive, but is 4K and you can tilt it to the left and to the right, up and down. And again, you have IA or IEI, sorry, inside the camera, so on device. And you have this fancy light with the camera as well, which is for $99. I think I got it for $77 or something like this as well. So keep an eye on the discount on Amazon. I will put the link in, obviously, on the description. But it's a light and a camera at the same time. So I'm gonna review this 3 camera today. Gonna do through the unboxing and everything. They're from Eufy. I'm not sure how to say the name. Eufy, which is a brand from Anker, so quite good, I suppose. They have a big issue with the hack in the past, but they've been reviewed now and they have a third-party security assessment, so I think we can trust them again. To be honest, they're very cheap and it's a good thing to start for camera. So let's start with this S120, so the solar wall light, which could be actually quite handy to put by the door, for example, when you come late at night time, so you have a light as well. So that's the camera. As you can see, you have the solar panel on the top, and you have the big light here, the spotlight. And you have, I suppose, a USB-C for charging. If you need to charge it, you can charge it 24 hours if you want to, but I never did, and it worked flawless so far, even though it's been raining a lot for the last few days. I got 2 of these ones. So I suppose you have the mount plate on this one. Let's have a look. Yeah, so you have the screw and the cable, so I suppose is USB-C male and female, yeah. Not sure why, by the way. And you have the mount plate. So you have two mount plates, one which is an angle, I suppose, to look down, and one which is more straight. They would advise you to put this camera from 1.8 meter to, I think, 2.5 meter. Sorry, I don't talk foot too much, so it's about basically my size, and to 2.5 at most. Anyway, I'm just gonna remove this plastic cover there. And I've been having mine for the last few weeks now, and it's been working great. As I say, without much sunlight. I didn't charge any time, and they would recommend you to charge 100% the first time you use it. I never did that. I just went and plugged it straight away. But here we go. That's the camera itself. It's not too bad. I think the design is quite fancy. That's it. So that's the camera here. As you can see, you have the light. You can change the brightness, sorry. So you can see here. Obviously, more bright light you use, more battery you're gonna drain as well. So keep that in mind. Gonna go through the setup assistant. So just gonna click next here, and you can connect it to your own Wi-Fi, or you can use the system, like a kind of box with a hard drive you can add. So you can add hard drive inside this, and then you can store more. Otherwise, you only have the storage on the camera, which is 7 GB, I think, a bit more. Or you can buy cloud storage. So you just have to press the sync here for 5 seconds, and you have to scan the QR code to the camera. And that's very straightforward. Like, I have some issue in the past with other camera and QR code, and this one is actually working just fine. So that should be fine now. Yeah, so it's connecting to the Wi-Fi. It might take a while. Obviously, you need to have good Wi-Fi coverage, although I heard some people didn't have a good Wi-Fi coverage and it worked just fine. In my case, I have no issue at all. I had a lot of unified access points. It works just fine. I must say I'm a bit annoyed with the notification though, because there's quite a lot of notification. Even if you arm the system and unarm the system, every camera going to tell you we're changing mode and we're arming now, disarming and everything, because there's a alarm on it. Anyway, I'm going to go straight for the update because I'm a bit of a update freak. And you have the power management. I'm just going to start with the update first. I'm going to fast forward because it might take a while. Anyway, just going to fast forward all this. Yeah, so we're done now. So, as I say, power management, you can optimize battery life, optimize surveillance, or customize recording. So, I went for optimize surveillance for now, and it's been fine. So, they tell you, as I say, to fully charge the device, which I didn't. I think my cam was 70%, and the other was 18%, so it's a bit random. But I never charged it, and I have a lot of rainy days so far, and it was just fine. So they give you a lot of mounting instruction and everything. So it's 5.9 foot to 8.2 foot, by the way. Obviously, you do what you want with this recommendation, and you need a drill and do 3 hole for this one. And obviously, keep in mind that you need the sun to go through the solar panel. So take that in consideration when you're going to place the camera in the wall. So they give you a lot of instruction, which is quite good when you think about it, because I never read the manual, but that kind of force you to read it, I suppose. So again, about the light, make sure it's can have direct sunlight. Otherwise, well, actually, it would work if you have a USB cable, I suppose, and not depend on the solar panel. So, what next? Okay, so we're doing internet connection, and the signal is weak for now, but it's fine. So, more instruction again. Quite a lot to read there. but it's good to have all this information, I suppose. So quite easy to install as well. You just have to mount the plate and then you fix it with a screw, as you see here. So here is the app itself. I have the two camera connected. You can see the battery level at the bottom. We're gonna go through the settings. So you have motion detection, light settings, power management, video settings, audio settings, notification, and general. There's a lot to say about it. We're gonna go through the menu individually. So first, as you can see, there is a notification here saying that it spots someone. It's quite fast. It's dependent of your Wi-Fi, obviously. I'm just gonna show you the video. So first, I'm gonna start with my door camera. You can see all the human detection here, so that's me coming at nighttime. The video is quite decent, to be fair. That's just a streaming, so it would be better if you download it, but even like this, I think is very decent. So you can share the video if you wanted, and you actually can share with them as well. So let's say it's a detect a person but isn't. You can share with Eufy and they would give you some credits. And if you add up all this credit, you can get some freebies like a new camera and stuff like this. So that's kind of funny, or actually kind of nice, and that improves the system at the same times. And you have the cloud backup, so that will store all your thing inside the cloud. So starting 3.49 euros, I don't know for US dollar though, but it should be fairly the same. 11.49 for the plus plan, and you have all the information there anyway. I won't use that, to be fair, because I have my Unify camera as well already, but it's nice to have, I suppose. What else do you have here? We have referral as well, so you could refer some friend if you wanted to. I don't know why you went to the French menu there. I suppose because it detects my IP. Anyway, I will give you a link in case if can give you some kind of discount. I'm not sure, to be honest, but feel free to use it if you want to. I would keep a look on the website and Amazon as well, and just see which one is cheapest, to be honest. But you have a look and you tell me. You have a different option as well. So you have the Enhance My AI, sorry. So that's what I was telling you earlier. You can donate some footage and upload it, and then you can get some discount or free stuff. So you have a list of the main guy. You get a lot of stuff. You have a daily security report, which I didn't use because I think I have already enough notification on my phone. You have two-factor authentication, which I would recommend. You have encryption, which I do recommend for sure. And I'm going to start now. So that will be end-to-end. And Eufy won't be able to access to your stream. Well, supposedly anyway. I'm going to use Proton Pass, sorry. So you get 60% now if you use this link. Up to you. You can use any password manager, or you can't use zero password manager if you want to, but it's still safer to use one. So I'm gonna create a password for this subscription key now. I'm just gonna correct that because it's bothering me. Anyway, so I'm generating a new password and I'm gonna save it. So I would recommend you to do encryption, even though it might take a bit longer to play the video because you need that encryption to be done, I suppose. You can copy and paste it, which is very annoying, by the way. Anyway, I'm just gonna go back for now. You also can do a web portal access, which could be cool, but I think is limited to 24-hour max. Let's have a look. Yeah. So it's 1, 8, 12, or 24 hour. It could be Andy still, I suppose, if you want to share with someone or even look on your computer. And then we have other settings. It's work with Alexa, Google Assistant, and some of the camera work with HomeKit. Not all of them. Definitely not the one we're looking on now, which is the same, but it is what it is. This is the part when you can see more AI stuff in local if you have the actual hub they're selling. So you have this part which is a bit confusing, but is basically a schedule or an alarm, and it can trigger on the schedule you have. For example, at nighttime, if somebody is detected, it can ring the bell or the alarm, so let's say. You can set up automatization. So let's go back to the settings anyway. You can have activity zone, and I think it's a bit a shame, but I guess it's always the same, but I would much rather have different zone and set up different activity and notification per zone. For example, I don't want to have a notification every time my kid is playing in the garden, but I want a notification every time somebody is by the door, but it's not possible, but that's the way it is. Brightness, obviously, more you do, more the battery gonna drain. But I didn't have any issues so far. That's the power management. So at the time of this video, it was like 5% increase with not a lot of sun, which is good. Like I'm 87% now. So that would tell you that the dashboard about solar, which would tell you about your storage usage, or actually your solar charge in the last few days, so 7 days or 30 days. And it will tell you as well about green energy and carbon emission throughout the whole community, so not only you, but everyone, and the consumption, which is, for example, trigger light up, as you could expect, is a big percentage of this, and recording. And then manual control, which I suppose is playing the live feeds. So that's mostly it for the solar dashboard. I'm gonna go back now to the other settings, but it's actually nice to have this solar dashboard, and I'm gonna show you different camera after, and they all have a different kind of dashboard. You have speaker as well and a microphone, so that could be handy if you have a delivery man, for example, and you want to talk to him. Didn't try it though. You can set up thumbnail, which is very handy on the notification. And going back there, you have human detection or push notification, and you have all other motion. So, person notification, motion notification. What else do you have here? You have the information on storage, so I think it's 7.31 gigabyte, which is quite good. Your Wi-Fi, but once you click on Wi-Fi, you're stuck there for a while. I guess if you want to change the Wi-Fi network, you won't do that more often, I suppose. Let's see what's happened now. I think mine seems to have an issue. Let's have a look. I think it's gonna time out. Yeah, it's saying mine is not connected for some reason. Maybe because I'm not on the same Wi-Fi or the same VLAN. What else? So you have the serial number and the MAC address and the system version, as you can expect on any kind of camera. And we have the possibility to share the device with a friend, for instance, or anyone you want, really. Just gonna play air live feed. You can see it's very fast, but it would depend on your Wi-Fi, obviously. The quality is quite good, even in nighttime. Actually, it's very good. And you have the alarm button here if you want to activate. So it's at the bottom, the little... Yeah, this one here. But yeah, the quality is very good. That's the another camera I'm gonna talk about, which is 360 degrees, much more expensive though, I must say, and is Wi-Fi or 4G, so data cellular, I suppose. And you can move it around left, right, up, down. That could be actually quite handy if you want to use 4G, if for example, for a secondary house or a shop or anything, when we don't necessarily have internet, sorry, and then you put a SIM card on it. I'm not going to use that because I have Wi-Fi there, and the camera, at least in Europe, come with a free 100 megaoctet SIM card, which is nothing, to be fair, for a CCTV camera. You're not going to do much with 100, but just to have an idea. And the menu for this one is about the same, but you have pan and tight on top, motion detection, and you have eye tracking. So you would track using AI, because everything have to be AI these days. So human, vehicle, and all other motion. Sorry, I have my kid playing with Apple TV, and the notification can show him. And you can set presets, so that's quite handy. So I'm gonna set some presets. I'm gonna do the calibration first, I suppose. So it takes a while, but then after that you'll be able to set up some presets. So left, right, up, and down. So I give you a good idea as well of the angle of the camera. The quality is quite good, I must say, and that is HD at the moment. So I'm gonna set the first preset, which is actually the default view, which is where the camera is gonna load every time you press the live view, I think. That you can see the solar panel here and the horrible cable at the same time. Not great cable management, I must say. But I'm gonna set this one as main view, and then I can set different presets. So I'm gonna go far left for the second view, and then far right. Actually, it was saying left and right, thinking it was reverse, but it's not. So anyway, far left air. And we got my 3 settings there, so that's fine. You have night vision on this camera, so night and color vision, which is quite good. Black and white is fine for me, but color vision is a plus. And you have power management, so it's a bit different. You still have battery life and stuff like this, and you basically have the same information there, just a different menu already. You can remove the watermark if you want. I'm just gonna leave the time slab for me, and I'm gonna change to 4K because it's much better. You can set a privacy zone, obviously, if you wanted to. Notification, you can have the full effect, which I'm gonna go for. And going back to the camera, I'm gonna show you the quality a bit. It's quite decent, it's not too bad. You have all the buttons at the bottom, and you can talk to the camera as well if you want to. There's a speaker and a microphone. I'm gonna do the unboxing now. For this time, I'm gonna do the all way around. So there's a SIM card inside. There's not much thing else to say about this camera. I think mine was in discount when I bought it, which was around €175. Now the normal price is more likely around €222. The box was a bit damaged, but I think it's fine. So what do we have inside? So we have the solar panel, obviously, which look to be a USB-C cable. So I wonder, will it charge a phone, for instance? I'm gonna remove the peel and try to show you the cable, but it'll be hard maybe to do that on this angle. USB-C anyway, which is good to see. The cable is quite long, but it could be also pretty ugly, as you can see on the video earlier. So you need to do some cable management there. And you have the SIM card there with 100 megabytes, Wonder is that international. But for France, you definitely can find a better plan for cheaper. Wow, it's a 3-3-year-old, but for shape anyway. So that's the camera itself. You have the speaker on the front and the back. You have a memory card to insert in the back as well, and it would tell you how to set it up, like the correct position to do it. It's waterproof. Mine is totally under the water. I mean, water exposed, should I say, and it works just fine. So that's the camera itself. And you have the connecting and the back, so you have the power panel or the power in anyway. And we have in this box stickers if you want to use it. Not sure, nobody gonna be scared about this, but anyway, you can use it if you want to. And then we have the memory card, so it's a micro SD card, sorry. Then we have the the stand, sorry. I'm not sure what that's for. And we have a USB cable if you want to charge it, I suppose. I didn't, I just went straight to the installation, but they would recommend you to install it. And that's the last camera. So this one is quite small. The S220, which is quite discreet, I think. You have the solar panel straight on the top of the camera. So I'm going to try to open that for you. This one I had on my back garden and never really use it much. So, and as you might know, Eufy is a brand from Anker. So just so you know. There we go. So what do we have inside? We have the accessory there, which I suppose is probably just stand and a USB-C cable to USB-A, but we'll see. So the camera, I'm gonna remove all the peel. It look kind of nice and kind of discreet. And you have the solar panel on top, which is not too bad. And the lens here. And you have the mount in the back. And then you have the cable there to charge or the button to sync USB-C. And you have a speaker, as you can see as well. And this camera is 2K. It's not 4K, it's only 2K, but it's decent enough. And I will show you the video. It's very good, I think. And what do you have inside? We have the USB-C to A cable expected. So that will be to charge the camera if you need to, or if you want to leave it 24-hour charge if you have something next to it. And you have the stand, which doesn't seem to be the best, but it will do it, I suppose. So you would put the screw inside and then screw it to the camera. Nothing crazy here. And you also have 8 gig inside the camera, and also is a local AI. That's a video from the first camera I show you. That's the one with a 360 angle tilt. That is another wall camera. So when I mean the wall with the light one, which is the first one. And that's the last one, so that is quite decent for 2K. That's back garden. Yeah, so it was this video already. Hope that can be handy. I would recommend you to get some camera for safety, but up to you. Anyway, see you next one. Bye.